Katie, thank you. In-person early voting in Oklahoma starts next week. Fox 25's Grant Palmer spoke with the Oklahoma County Election Board about the preparations that they have been making for this election.
Oklahoma County Election Board Secretary Doug Sanderson tells me they have been packing supplies this week for precinct officials like registries and, of course, ballots to make sure everything is ready for early voting next Wednesday.
Well, I wish to emphasize that you should vote early, whether by mail or in person, because the election day itself is just the last day to vote.
The early voting period for the state of Oklahoma is coming up next week, lasting only 4 days from Wednesday, October 30th to Saturday, November 2nd. But Sanderson says this 4-day period only applies to in-person voting.
Even though our early voting period is short in person, you can still vote by mail, which is the best option of all. And then you've got, at least 30 days to vote. So that's how we compensate for that.
Sanderson says this election year they had 41,000 people apply to vote by mail, which is much more of a return to normalcy and comparable to 2016, as opposed to the numbers in 2020 when the number of people who voted by mail was around 120,000.
But that's a pretty good number. We've got about 50% of those back, 51%, and there's still some time for them to turn those mail ballots in. It's too late to apply for a ballot by mail, but it's not too late to turn one in. And so that number will go up before Election Day.
Sanderson adds another reason you may want to consider voting early is in case something goes awry.
On Election Day, you don't know what's going to come up. Some emergency can come up at the last minute, so you should take the opportunity to vote before Election Day.
Sanderson urges voters to go to the state election board's website to check your polling location to make sure you're heading to the right place to vote. He also says to take a glance at the sample ballot so you can know exactly what you're voting on. Reporting in Oklahoma City, Grant Palmer, Fox 25 News.